Coming up,
Joe Leathers, he knew that we could form a product that would work for both the ranch and all the customers throughout the United States.
This tub is another tool in our toolbox to give us the ability to take care of that country, and all the while maintaining the health and the nutritional needs of our cattle.
the Four Sixes Ranch and Biozyme announce a collaboration that will benefit your ranch. Next on The American Rancher. I'm Justin McKee, and welcome to The American Rancher. The 150-year history of the Four Sixes Ranch is legendary in the cattle industry, but its success through the generations comes down to a strong vision and a strong team behind that vision. When Taylor Sheridan's group purchased the Four Sixes, his vision was to take the ranch to the next level. But even with a strong vision and team, keeping any ranch successful is never easy.
We have actually 3 different cattle divisions and a horse division. Reality is we're environmentalists. We're the original environmentalists. On all of our ranches, I'm never completely stocked with cows and calves, but I leave about 25% of the ranches open for yearlings. And so we will stock yearlings, and I can liquidate yearlings. If we get into a drought that's just like it's going to be extended, I can liquidate yearlings, and then I've got 25% of my ranch that I can scatter those cows out to. So Frisco Creek was designed to enhance not only our ability to wean calves and take in customer cattle and background cattle, but it's also a emergency plan if we have a big fire and we lose a lot of country or we have a drought, and I can put cows and calves on those improved pastures to environmentally take care of other native grass. What we have, let's just take Guthrie right now, for example. In the winter, here in this part of Texas, if we get the rainfalls at the right time, we'll get a Texas winter grass or wild rye. And it'll come up and that'll give you a little bit of green. And those cows will chase that green, but there's not a whole lot of nutritional value in that grass. As soon as it freezes here and this grass goes dormant, every bit of moisture that you get past that, you're losing protein value in that grass. And after a certain point of there, you're basically, it's just stubble. I mean, there's not any nutrition, it's filler, if you will. And so you've got to adjust your nutritional package that you're giving your cows, whether it be mineral or whether it be protein. You've got to find that happy medium to give those cattle what they need. Dixon Creek doesn't have any winter grass. You've got winter, and then you've got very short spring, and then you've got summer. And then you have the 4th division, which is our horse division. Nutritional value for those horses is totally different. Of course, a lot of it's fed by hay, but we've got to have mineral package in them, and we have to have wheat pasture, and they graze on grass as well. So with all the different divisions, and to take care of the environment, we've got to handle each division differently.
One of the advantages of raising cattle in King County that I know of is it's fun to cowboy in. With that being said, this is a hard county. It's a hard area. The water's not the greatest. You know, we have a lot that we do, you know, by digging dirt tanks, by having pipeline, by having windmills and solar wells and whatnot. The grass is a lot different, but takes rain. We don't really get a whole lot. When we do, it's really good, and when we don't, it's really bad. So the struggles of it are real here.
I grew up being a cake man, feeding cake. And I like it because you can see the cattle. But the reality is this is a business. Used to, whenever I first went to work here, we was feeding 7 days a week. Well, that's a lot of diesel. That's a lot of wear and tear on your vehicle. So when I took over as general manager in 2008, I said, we're going to change that. So we started feeding 3 to 4 days a week. And you still have wear and tear on these vehicles. And you go buy a set of tires that'll cost you $1,000 or better for a pickup. You go to really punching that bottom line, and the return on a cow is not very great. and I can't justify that. So we've got to figure out something different in our operation other than feeding cake. The other side of that, when you get to the grass side and utilizing your country, and you feed that cake, those cows will chase every oil field rig that goes down the road. They chase it. They see dust, they go to it. So they're running over here, and then that pumper, he leaves and goes back over here, and they chase those cows back. The cows chase them back over there. And so the cowboys, they've got roughly 40,000 acres apiece and several different pastures in that 40,000 acres. And so they go out and feed 3 days a week, and they're trying to get around to that. And so there's not enough hours in the day to keep those cattle scattered in those different areas. And so they end up with 3 or 4 different feed grounds. And so those cows get to where they just live on that feed ground. Well, it makes it easy and quick for the cowboys and the campers that's taking care of those cattle to go out and they feed them, they get a good count on them, and away they go. But the country that those cows graze is beat out. But with the protein tubs, we can scatter those cows. We can start them out in one place, maybe at water to get them on them, and then we start moving those tubs out and then scatter it in different parts of the pasture so we can keep those cattle scattered. We can put out the tubs once a week. So that cuts down on fuel, cuts down on wear and tear, cuts down on tires.
If we feed cake, that generally takes up your entire day. And if we do it 3 days a week, well, then that leaves 2.5 days that we get to do other things. We keep these tubs out like we do. It gives us as cowboys more of a chance to go trot our colts out. We get more time prowling. We get more time to do other things than just constantly feed.
After the break,
Taking the vision of both the 4.6s and Biozyme and being able to combine them into a ranch-tested, research-proven product to bring to the general public has been a lot of fun for me.
when we return, hear how the 4.6s Ranch uses industry-leading nutrition to create industry-defining results. Stay with us. Welcome back. The 4.6s Ranch has worked with VitaFerm for 16 plus years to provide their herds with industry-leading nutrition. After all, you don't become a legend by settling for anything less than the best. Now, the 4.6s Ranch and VitaFerm have teamed up to introduce ranch-tested, research-proven nutritional supplements for beef cattle.
I've been very blessed to get to work with Joe Leathers for many years, coupled with Dusty Burson up at Dixon Creek and Cotton Leathers up at the Frisco Division. With Taylor Sheridan's vision of this ranch moving forward into the future, he laid a lot of trust in Joe Leathers. And Joe Leathers is a very trusting person that demands results. And with the relationship that I have with Joe Leathers over the years, he knew that we could form a product that would work for both the ranch and all the customers throughout the United States.
A little over a year ago, John Tucker brought an idea to me that he and Joe Leathers had been talking about and discussing about bringing some of the nutrition technologies that we utilize on all 3 divisions of the 6s, bringing that to the public. Letting the commercial cattlemen and the seed stock producers across the nation have access to what we've been doing there. With the vision that Taylor Sheridan has of the 6s, we've done just that.
I saw a need for a tub or a product that would work for normal ranchers in the different parts of the country to meet those nutritional needs that we had in all those different states. And the partnership that we started with Biozyme was to develop a product that would do just that. We've worked together to develop a product that works in the real world. Day in, day out, ranchers, cowboys that make a living off the land. It's got to work in big pastures. It's got to work in big country.
In the 12 years that I've been at Biozyme, we've not partnered and co-branded a product for the public. And the history and the values that the 6s have, coupled with the values and who we are at Biozyme, it made a perfect fit. And so this is something we've been working on quite some time. We're very excited. We're very proud to bring this 4.6s by VitaFerm, this legendary protein tub, to market. You know, taking the vision of both the 4.6s and Biozyme and being able to combine them into a ranch-tested, research-proven product to bring to the general public has been a lot of fun for me.
To stay in business for generational ranches, you got to have ownership that's visionaries, ranch managers that are visionary, that have the backing of the ownership, and then you got to have the team. The industry is based on relationships. You've got a relationship with if I'm going to run wheat pasture cattle, I have a relationship with that farmer that raises wheat, and so we go back there because we've got a good relationship. If we do a partnership or a branded product with anybody, it's because they have the history and there's a trust factor, and we've developed a relationship with the individual. I don't make a deal with the company. I make a deal with an individual because I can trust that individual. And that's how all of our partnerships has come about. And John Tucker, goodness, I don't know how many years we go back, but 25 or better for me. First time I ever met John, and John and I have done a lot of things together, and I trust John. You know, when we first started putting out VitaFerm tubs, I wanted to do cereal pasture, but John, he taught me, and let's do it smaller and do a test run. And that's what sold me on it to start with. I know it works. But we started developing this relationship because, number one, they have a quality product. Number two, I've got a relationship. And because I've dealt with John all these years, I've got to know some other people in Balsam. And I found out that the company itself is as honest as John is. And yeah, it's a little bit like our direct-to-consumer program for our beef. We can sell beef online and in restaurants because of our name, once. But if they go and eat a bad steak, then that customer won't be back. We've got to be consistent at the product that we sell. Balsam not only brings science with it, they have a proven track record. And because of that, I know that every product that we put out on the ground in one of those tubs is going to be right, and they'll stand behind it.
One of the many benefits that the 4/6's legendary protein tub brings to the table is that not only is it a product that works in Guthrie for operations the size of the 6's, but if you're a small cattle operator anywhere in the United States of America, it's going to allow you to have the same premium nutrition that brings you performance that pays.
Breed up. I think if I can't say that we ever had a real problem with breed up, but it's a proven fact that nutrition has a lot to do with not only conception rate in your cows, but longevity of your cows, milk production in your cows. It's more than genetics. There's a lot of nutritional factors going into that. The health of your calves. All of those combined, I have seen an increase in conception. I've seen an improved in health on the calves, sickness in calves after we wean.
Having the AmaFerm and the help the breed back of a cow, you know, which that's what we're in business for, is to raise a healthy calf. And but to have that breed back, I mean, our percentages they're high. And in the spring, when we work a herd, you know, we'll cut the dries out. Well, now if a herd has got 200, 250 cows in there, and you go in and you only cut out 4 or 5 that are dry, that didn't breed back, that's pretty impressive to me. So that just kind of, to me, proves the quality of this product, that it really helps, you know, long term.
The thing about the tub, it's a complete package. They're not going to eat any more of it than what they need. They're not going to consume it if they don't need it.
My dad always said, whether it was you were wearing your spurs or whatever you had, you can have it and not need it, but you can't need it and not have it. And with these tubs, we have them out, whether they really need it at that point or not. If they don't need it, they're not going to go lick on it. But if there's something that they do strike and they need it, it's available, it's already out there, you know. And so my way of thinking is that it's out, it's available, we're not going to get caught behind, so we're not going to play catch up. It's harder to play catch up on a cow than it is just to maintain her seasonally, you know, day by day. If they fall off, that's hard to put it back on, especially as big as these pastures are.
There's time of the year here when it grains up, you'll think, you know, you got grain grass that's shin deep or stirrup deep in some places, and you think, why in the world are we putting out protein tubs now? Or why are we putting out mineral tubs now? Very quickly in this part of the world, as soon as the rain quits, I mean, you'll get rains in April and May, and then by mid-June, it's brown. And so the nutritional needs of those cows do this throughout the year. And then in the wintertime you hit and it goes up, they have a big need, obviously, for protein. When those cows are lactating, there's a change in need for the mineral package. So this is a product that you can put out year-round. It will regulate itself. We've seen it regulate itself. And so therefore you have a comfort level that's economically feasible, that those cows will consume when they need it and don't when they won't.
Well, it is nice having those tubs, having that feed in a bucket more or less, that when stuff is getting a little tougher, if it's getting drier, if it's, you know, wet, that we can't get in and do certain things, that tub's available, you know, and it's always there for them to walk by and eat on, lick on, and you know, so it really helps us out a lot.
During the process of developing this product, we had a few commitments that we were unwilling to waver from. One of those, bringing the highest level of nutrition. Number two, bringing values that were important to both the sixes and Biozyme. And thirdly, bring a product that was in an economical manner that could be utilized by commercial cattlemen regardless of size of their herd across the United States.
You know, you get a lot of money invested in genetics, and you work on the performance side, you work on the carcass data side, you work on the weaning side, and the maternal side. But if you don't have the nutritional value, you're wasting dollars in your genetics because you can't reach the potential of those genetics without the right nutrition. And that's one thing that Biozyme and these tubs bring to plate for me.
Up next,
this tub is another tool in our toolbox to give us the ability to take care of that country, and all the while maintaining the health and the nutritional needs of our cattle.
more about the 4 6s by VitaFerm legendary nutrition protein tub right after this.
We're truly excited to now bring you the 4 6s by VitaFerm Legendary Nutrition Protein Tub. Throughout the years being in charge of our sales force at Biozyme, I've had the opportunity to work with John and Mr. Joe Leathers and the crew at the 6s on numerous different projects. You know, throughout all of the years that we've been able to work with them, they have demanded results. And at Biozyme, we love that. Keeps us on our toes to absolutely live our motto at Biozyme, which is care that comes full circle. Joe Leathers and Taylor Sheridan, and the way that they talk about their entire crew, their entire staff at the 6s is absolutely the care that we're talking about. That's what we believe at Biozyme as well. If we take care of our people, if we continue to bring research-proven products to market, we care for the livestock and we care for the land, that is sustainability. One of the commitments made by both the 6s and Biozyme when developing this product is that we weren't going to bring anything to market until it was ranch tested and backed by research. This valued partnership combines the best of both brands. Legendary expertise to provide a comprehensive solution designed to support the health and productivity of commercial cattle herds. The 4 6s by VitaFerm Legendary Nutrition Protein Tub is a 20% all-natural protein tub with a full mineral pack in it. It is obviously a product that you could use year-round. It's a product that's very versatile in the way that you can use it in terms of geographies or forage qualities. As you heard Mr. Joe Leathers earlier, not only is this a product that brings the valued nutrition to the cattle herd, but as well at the Sixes, they absolutely use it as a management tool to get the cattle grazing in different parts of the ranches when they need them to. It's a product that does contain Aobiotics and VitaFerm and is going to increase the fiber digestion of these cattle north of 17% and increase total digestibility by 10%, all while increasing the volatile fatty acids in these cattle. The benefits that are going to be seen by using this product are going to be increased conception rates, increased utilization of the fiber that we're putting into these things, can absolutely help extend the grass in terms of grazing, or if we're talking about feeding hay to the cattle, with that increase in fiber digestion is absolutely going to help with that. If you're interested in incorporating the 4/6 by VitaFerm legendary nutrition protein tub into your operation, you can go to VitaFerm.com and look at Find a Dealer. We have over 2,000 dealers strategically placed across the United States where you can access this product.
The whole thing is, and I hate to say this, but we're grass farmers with a cow problem. And we've got to take care of our country. Biozyme and this tub is another tool in our toolbox to give us the ability to take care of that country. Scatter those cows out so that we don't overgraze any one area, so that we don't beat it out, so invasive species don't come in. And all the while, maintain the health and the nutritional needs of our cattle.
That's it for today. To learn more about us, log on to our website, theamericanrancher.com, and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Justin McKee. For Pam Mennick and the entire American Rancher team, thanks for watching. See you next time.